Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Frank Abumere Okiye, and 6 other members of the Edo Assembly on Tuesday formally defected from the opposition All Progressives Congress (APC) to the ruling People's Democratic Party (PDP) on the floor of the House. Okiye, who announced the defection at plenary session, added that he had received letters from the 6 members, including himself, expressing their desires to decamp to the ruling party in the state so as to identify with the developmental strides of Governor Godwin Obaseki to move Edo State forward. The speaker relied on what he termed the sharp divisions and factions in the All Progressives Congress Party (APC) in the state as one of the reasons they decided to cross to PDP to enable them to perform their duties effectively as representatives of their constituencies. Those who formally decamped are Right Honorable Frank Okiye, Honorable Asoro Osadibawa Roland, Honorable Alwe Bosele Ephraim, Honorable Ojezele Osezua Sunday, Honorable Okwarobo Henry, Honorable Okodua Ima, and Honorable Marcus Onobu. It will be recalled that all the 24-member House were elected on the platform of the APC. However, crisis ensued when only 9 members presented themselves for inauguration on June 17, 2019, when Governor Godwin Obaseki issued the proclamation for the House to convene. The crisis snowballed into Obaseki himself defecting to the PDP, while the remaining 14 members elect on August 6, 2020 caused a retired deputy clerk of the House to inaugurate them at a private residence in Ugbo on the Benin GRA. Okiye and the defecting 6 members remained in the APC all through the electioneering campaigns and the election proper in September 19th this year. Meanwhile, the Assembly has adopted the business calendar for the second session of the 7th Assembly 2020. Presenting the report to the House, the Majority Leader, Honorable Okwarobo Henry, said that the calendar will see the House sitting for 62 days in the second quarter, 3 days in September, 21 days in October, 21 days in November, and 17 days in December. In the same vein, the Speaker, Right Honorable Frank Okiye, announced the receipt of a bill for a law to establish a College of Education and other connected purposes from the Executive Governor of the state, Mr. Godwin Obaseki. Rounding off the session, Okiye congratulated the Governor Obaseki and his deputy, Right Honorable Philip Shaibu, on their victory at the just concluded governorship election. The speaker added that the governor's victory was a victory for the Edo people, whom he noted spoke with one voice at the poll and urged them to be magnanimous in victory. The House thereafter adjourned to October 12th, 2020 at 10 a.m. Okay. Well, it's really favoring them now because they have become successful. The election was successful, and it's really favored them. They were some of those lawmakers were still in APC, so they were just watching the whole thing. In case the man wins, or if he does not win, they will know where to belong to. But at least since it has worked for them, definitely they have the boldness to not defect. So those who defected before, or those who were not with them, that means they miscalculated. The people that are even sorry for are the appointees, that all of them, they were just resigning one after the other, resigning after the other. As soon as they are resigning, they were drumming support for Ezeyamu. Of course, that is life. It's all about game. You win some, you lose some. Just like Oshomole said, you win some, you lose some. So, and life moves on. You go and prepare for another day. It's good. Everybody is happy for what is happening. With what is happening, some are not happy. But whether you are happy or you are not happy, the most important thing is that let the people let them get the dividends of democracy. That is what is most important. Whether you supported this man or do not support the man, for as many, like I've always said, for as many who are paying their tax, who are paying their dues, they are doing all manner of things, contributing one way or the other. At the end of the day, it's going to one purse, and it has to be well used for everybody, not only for APC member or for PDP members. So that is where the whole thing lies. And I've always said, those who did not believe in Obaseki, and if you didn't believe in Obaseki, and peradventure if he wins, just like we were saying, that just make sure that all the things that he campaigned with, all of those promises, just hold on to them. And if you never believe in Obaseki, or if you never believe in Eze Yamutu, vice versa, whosoever that becomes the winner, just like we've been saying, no, take note of all the promises they've been making, so that as soon as they come in, whichever way, now it is a Obaseki, so it is good for you to pay attention. If you are not paying attention, you need to go back to all that he has said. All of those things are in record, so that they begin to ask him, you said this, you said that, you said this, so this is the time for you to do the right thing. So it does not matter whether we supported you or not. You are the governor of everybody. Just like a second was trying to encourage him to just forgive those other lawmakers, or forgive everybody, because that is how it ought to be. So whether you are in APC, whether you are in PDP, whether you are in other parties, the most important thing, the government or the governor must attend to everybody. You cannot just segregate as far as development is concerned. You have to take care of everybody. So that's just the way it is. So it is expected that these people would really defect, because that means they did their calculation very well, and it's favorable to them. Well, lawmakers play smart. They remain in APC after election, then they camp to PDP. Yes, very smart. Well, another person say they all automatically lose their seats. Okay, lose their seat. How? Someone say why? There's division in Edo APC already. Well, what a formula. Power to the people. Someone say these politicians are not serious. Really, they are not serious. Do you think so? Well, I was expecting this. I thank God that it came to pass. Oshomole, how far now? How market? Lack of political ideology has remained the bane of Nigerian democracy. This ideology of I must belong to the ruling party, otherwise I will die of hunger, is an unwind, is an ill wind uh, that does not do the country any good. We need a very strong and formidable opposition party to strengthen our democracy. It is nauseating to read about this shameful act of cross-carpeting from one political party to another at the slightest opportunity. This is an uncommon show of shame and dishonor. I think Osage, Ezeyam Osage, he believes very well in APC, because I wouldn't want to believe that he just joined APC to win the seat. But now that he did not win, so this is when we're going to know whether he joined APC, for him to be more patriotic, or he just joined because of what he wanted to get the seat. So I think Ezeyamu in APC with the rest of course Oshomole in APC. So they are strong. They're going to give it to him back to back. Going to give Obaseki, they're going to be a strong opposition to him. So they'll be marking every of the things he's going to be doing. Every of his steps will be watched. So to me, it's not supposed to be a big deal. There's a strong opposition in Edo State. They're going to give them run for their money. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comments below and let us have your take on this.